All right, you guys. When I filmed my last video with this, I had the TCR barrel on it. I tuned it up, almost maxed out the velocity adjuster. I think I only have like an eighth of a turn or a quarter turn until it's maxed out. When it gets to the end of the velocity adjustment, it seems to be really sensitive. Like if I turn it just a little bit, it'll bump up like 5 or 10 joules. Whereas before I did this, like I had to do like a whole complete turn to make it go up like 2 or 3 joules. So it's at the end. Basically, this is hitting on the remote line that I had it on. It was hitting about 33 joules or 34 joules. And since I was using a big old tank, there was no limit to shots really because it's on a big old 20-ounce CO2 tank. So the 20 ounces of CO2, which is like 500 and something grams of CO2, was the limit for shots. But right now I have a 12-gram cartridge on this, which is basically what it has normally without using a 12-gram or a remote line and stuff. So this 12-gram cartridge is in here. It's not punctured. Basically what I want to do on this is get a shot count, a joule reading, and yeah, pretty much see how many shots I can get. So yeah, like I said before, when this was on the remote line, it was hitting about 33 joules. I'm using the 3.6 gram Lambid store nylon balls from Amazon, and I'm also using 3.6 gram T4E quick access balls, the white ones. So this 12 round magazine, this is from my Byrna TCR, and this barrel is from my Byrna TCR. So like I said in the previous video, one of the reasons I wanted the TPX or TIPX is because the parts from my Byrna TCR and the TPX, they're basically the same parts. Everything's the same. Even this remote line adapter that I have on my Byrna TCR is the same exact remote line adapter that installs on this. Because yeah, essentially everything in here is the same. The puncture housing, the puncture mechanism, like all that is the same. So yeah, this is the magazine, this is the barrel from the TCR. Yeah, so I'm gonna puncture that CO2 cartridge and then start getting some readings. I think I'll get maybe 10 shots total with the 12 gram, and if I'm lucky I'll get like the whole magazine, 12, but I doubt it. So I'm gonna puncture this and listen for leaks and stuff. So it's punctured, everything's fine. I don't hear any hissing or anything, so we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna start firing. So yeah, these are 3.6 grams, and this is the Byrna TCR barrel. And yesterday this was hitting like 440, upwards of 458 with the remote line. So I'll see what this does. It's kind of warm right now. It's like 86 degrees. Those CO2 cartridges were sitting in the sun for about 5 minutes. So here we go, first shot. 432. I believe that's about 30 joules, so that's not bad. I don't have my little sheet out here with me, but just from yesterday, I think 425 was 30.2 joules, so that's at least 30 joules, the 432. Here's the second shot. 422, so that's probably 30 joules, maybe like 29.9. Third shot. 398. I don't know what the joules are now. It's probably like 27. Fourth shot. 408. Probably around 27. Shot 5. 400. I think that was like 26.8 or 26.9 or something. So I'm just gonna keep firing. 396. 364. I'm going to shake the TPX around a little bit just to try to get every little bit of CO2 I can out of it. 358. So I'm pretty sure 350 is like 20 joules. 334. But yeah, I expected this to happen because I'm using a 12 gram cartridge and I don't have a big old tank attached to it. 322. 298. So it's pretty impressive that this thing can hit so hard, considering it costs just about as much as the Salt Supply S2. It's a little bit more expensive depending where you buy it, or if you can get it used. 306. And the Salt Supply S2, it pretty much gets about 10 shots on a 12-gram cartridge at a good power, and they start about 20 joules and then they go down. So this is powered up and I have a barrel on it. Powered up meaning I just turned the velocity adjuster on it. So it did get all 12 shots. That was 13 shots. I wasn't looking at the magazine or anything, so I'm going to keep firing. So there was 13 shots. Here's shot 14. 306. So it's pretty good still that it's hitting above 300, and it's on the 14th shot, and it's using one 12-gram cartridge. 274. 224, so it's probably gonna die pretty soon. Yeah, 142. So there's pretty much probably nothing left in this. Yeah, it's out. So I think that was 16 shots. But obviously that 12-round magazine was the most powerful shots I was gonna get. Probably the first 10 shots was probably the most powerful I was gonna get. So I have 2 in the mag still. One of them just kind of popped out, so I'm not gonna count these. And that 4th shot, like that 142 feet per second, that was pretty garbage. So that's probably not gonna count. I wouldn't count that. So 4 shots didn't count, and 1 shot was a misfire, or like it was empty. So out of a total of 19 shots, because this was 7 and the magazine was 12, I'd say 5. I was about 5 shy of hitting all 19. So that's 14 shots, and it's pretty much on par with the Salt Supply S2 with its like efficiency using the cartridge in there. Because yeah, the Salt Supply, you can get about, I'd say like 8 to 9 pretty decent powerful shots, and then shot like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, they get really weak, or it might stop shooting after like the 12th or 13th round. I've been getting kind of lucky. I've been able to get 3 magazines, 15 rounds with the Salt Supply S2 on a 12-gram. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I only get 13 shots. And yeah, sometimes I get 15. It just depends if it's cold or warm. Today it's warm out here. So I'm gonna try using the stock barrel and another 12-gram cartridge, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I got the stock barrel on here. I'm still using the 3.6 gram balls. So stock barrel, 12-gram cartridge in there, the extended round magazine, just for the hell of it. So I'm assuming I'm gonna get at least 14 shots, and I'll try to keep a better count on the shot count so I don't have an empty dry fire. And I'll do chrono readings. So I think the highest I got with the TCR barrel was 432. Pretty sure. I'll see what I get with the stock barrel. 400. 358. 356. 354. 348. One ball landed out down there, like it fell out the barrel, so I'm gonna go get that ball really quick. All right, I'm back. So another reason why this might not be hitting as high is because I only let it rest for about 2 minutes, and the coldness of the CO2 cartridge may be hampering the speed a little bit. 358. So it's holding steady at 20 joules with the stock barrel, which is pretty good. 336. And I think I have a couple more shots. 320. I'm gonna check the magazine really quick. So yeah, I have 4 more shots. Here we go. 322. 300. 272. 254. So this magazine's out. I'm gonna switch it to the 7-rounder, and I'll shake this around a little bit just to try to get everything I can out of the 12 gram. And I'm thinking I'll get 2 more shots, but they're probably gonna be pretty weak. 272. Here's me shaking again. And shot 14. 260. So when I'm shaking this, it's on safe. So, and my fingers aren't on the trigger or anything. So 15, shot 15. 258. Shaking this again. 16. 244. Shot 17. 210. I'm not sure if this last one's gonna hit, but this is the 19th shot. Yeah, it didn't propel any ball forward. I think it just landed on the ground right there, that little white thing above the barrel. So I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing in here, and degas it. So that was interesting. I know that the TCR barrel, since it's longer, it's like 5 inches longer than the stock one, it should give it more speed, and it did. But I'll have to try this again using the stock barrel first on a warm day and try to duplicate these conditions right like that are right now. So this is the stock barrel, and that's the TCR barrel. And yeah, this is like a 5-inch difference between the two. They're both pretty much the same. The TCR barrel has these little flutes on the end, but there's no porting, there's no holes in addition to those little flutes. They're just, that's all. The stock TPX barrel, it's all solid. There's no fluting or anything. This is just so you can grab it and twist it with your fingers, so you can screw it into the breech on the front. So yeah, you can get about, with this thing tuned up, you can get like velocity screw tuned up. You can get 14 shots out of it. If I had it maxed out, I'd probably only get like 3 or 4 good shots, and then after that it'll probably fall off. But you also run the risk of blowing a O-ring out of the valve and stuff, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. But you can. It's your marker, it's your property. You can do whatever you want with yours. But for mine, I'm gonna leave it kind of where it is right now. I might turn it up just a little bit to try to have it hitting, like with the remote line, I'll try to have it hitting like 36, 38 joules. I'll try, but it's gonna be really hard because yeah, right now I feel like just turning that like 1/8 of a turn or less will have a huge difference in speed and stuff. But anyways, guys, have a good rest of your day, and see you on the next one.